Good morning and happy Monday. I'm Matt St. Jean with your NCC Sports Update. A lot went on this weekend in your world of sports, but let's kick things off on the gridiron. Last year at this time, the Jacksonville Jaguars was prepping its draft boards after a 4-win season. 1 year later, and they're 1 win away from the franchise's first Super Bowl appearance. But first, they had to get through the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. Doug Marrone and the Jags were nearly 10-point underdogs in the matchup, came out firing on all cylinders. Already up 7-3, rookie Leonard Fournette powers it in from 4 yards out to put the Jags up 14-3. The usually raucous crowd in Foxborough reduced to a nervous hush. Fast forward to under 9 minutes left in the fourth, Brady zips it to Danny Amendola over the middle for a 9-yard score, cutting the Jacksonville lead to 3. Same score, just under 3 minutes left in the ballgame. Brady play fakes, looks, and chucks one to the back of the end zone, caught by Amendola to give the Pats the lead. Check out this fancy footwork by Dola. Someone took their ballroom dancing lessons as a kid. The Patriots stop Jacksonville on the ensuing drive and complete the comeback, defeating the Jaguars 24-20. Brady threw for a pair of touchdowns and 290 yards. The 40-year-old QB will be making his 8th Super Bowl start on February 4th. Who's he playing? Let's head 300 miles southwest to the city of brotherly love. Onondaga Central High standout Latavius Murray had his work cut out for him against the top-ranked Eagles defense. Case Keenum had the Vikings faithful chanting "Skol" early with a 25-yard dime to tight end Kyle Rudolph on the opening drive. Unfortunately for the Vikings, Odin just wasn't on their side. Tied at 7 early in the second, LeGarrette Blount takes the handoff up the middle and punishes Andrew Sendejo on his way to an 11-yard run. Give him a fork and a knife and let the man eat. 2-minute drill time, Eagles up 14-7. Foles evades the rush, dials up a deep ball and finds a wide open Alshon Jeffrey for a 53-yard touchdown. The Eagles didn't take their foot off the gas, crushing the Vikings 38-7. Foles threw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. Lube up the light poles. Philly is heading back to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2005. Who do they play? Oh yeah, Tom Brady and the Patriots, where they lost 24-21. From the gridiron to the hardwood, the Syracuse men's basketball team traveled to Tallahassee looking to break out of their 3-game funk against the 23rd-ranked Florida State Seminoles. FSU had to go without its top scorer, Terrence Mann, sidelined with a concussion. Early in the second, Tyus Battle pulls up for the triple, knocking down 3 of his career-high 37, pulling the Orange within 3. More from him later. The Noles had answers all night. PJ Savoy from way downtown retaking the lead with just under 6 to play. Then Chris Kumaji nearly brings the house down. The power of Chris compels you. The Chad native scored a career-high 23. Orange down 3 in the final seconds. Battle with hands in his face launches, and bang! We're heading into overtime. It was the Orange's 3rd time going into extra minutes this season. In overtime, game tied at 80. Who are you going to call? Tyus Battle. Quick dribble to his left, and he nails the contested jumper, putting Cuse up 2. On the other end, FSU's Trent Forrest drives and floats one up and over Pascal Chukwu to force a second overtime. Then the Orange ran out of gas. The Noles scored the first 6 points in double overtime en route to a 101-90 victory. Coach Jim Boeheim praised Florida State's resolve after the game.
That was a great effort, tremendous effort. They really played great defense. They pressured us the whole game, and for the most part, we handled it pretty well. They made a couple big threes at the end of regulation near the end to get back in it, long threes, but that's to their credit. It was a great game, great effort by both teams.
4-game skid return home to the Dome on Tuesday to take on the Pitt Panthers. Tip-off at 7. The women got first crack at the Panthers and were also in need of a win after losing 2 on the road. Coach Q and company hoped a little bit of home cooking at the Dome was the cure. A season-high 8,000 fans showed up to support the Cuse, and the women gave them reason to cheer. Maya Finkley finds fellow freshman Digna Strautman in the corner. Splash! Cuse got an early lead and didn't look back. Tiana Mangakahia dashes down the court on a fast break, and a little no-look action to Miranda Drummond for the layup. Tiana again with the fancy handles. This time she wants the points, up and in for 2. Cuse up big, 57-40. Finkley with her head on a swivel dishes it to Isis Young from the wing. Good. The Orange buried 10 threes in the contest. Tiana takes on the double team, fires a pass into Finkley, who gets the hoop and the harm, the old-fashioned 3-point play. 14 points and ACC Rookie of the Week honors for Finkley. The Orange improved to 10-0 at the Dome in convincing fashion, 70-52. SU is back at home on Thursday against Clemson at 7. We're turning down the temperature and trading tank tops for sweaters. The Syracuse Crunch, with a 9-game win streak in tow, hit the road against the Belleville Senators. The Crunch thrashed the Senators in their last meeting 6-0. Early on, the Crunch found themselves in familiar territory. On the power play, Matt Bodie sends it to Matthew Joseph for the one-timer. The slapper is stopped, but Mitchell Stevens is there to pick up the trash. 1-0 Crunch 3 minutes into the game. The Senators answered in the second when Jim O'Brien found himself on a breakaway, and he won't be denied. Game tied at 1. Neither team could find the net in the third. In overtime, Max McCormick skates down the left wing and wrists an absolute rocket over Connor Ingram's left shoulder, ending the Crunch's win streak at 9. The Crunch hope to get back on track when they return to the War Memorial on Friday against the conference-leading Toronto Marlies. And that's your Central Sports Update. I'm Matt St. Jean, NCC Sports. Back to you.